Learn how to implement a complete error handling callback function using a switch statement to capture and respond to why location request might fail. In this example, we want to look at how to handle errors and rejections with the geolocation API. When you ask user for geolocation, things don't always go perfectly. The user might get suspicious and click block, or maybe they are inside a concrete basement where their phone's GPS cannot connect to a satellite. So instead of leaving your users to look at a frozen button when something goes wrong, the geolocation API allows you to provide a dedicated backup function. So if the browser fails to fetch the location for any reason, it automatically switches to this backup function and add it an error report explaining exactly what went wrong. So that is what we want to look at in this lesson, how to handle errors and rejection in situations like that with the geolocation API. So let's move into the script stack. And inside the script stack, I want to make a variable, call it X. I call document.getElement by ID method to get our ID of demo. So now that you've done that, now we need to make a function called, let's call it get location. And this function, navigator.toLocation, and we want to check navigator dot geolocation dot show get current position, pass it a function of show position which we are going to make later. And then also I want to pass that function as well as one more, show error. So that means we are going to make two other extra functions, that is show position and show error function. Then if the GPS by virtue of anything could not work, then let's write its error down, or let's write its error out to the screen. Geolocation is not supported by this browser. That's all. So now that we have this function, it's time to now make the show position function. So function show position will take a parameter of position. And then inside it, call our variable x in our HTML, want to write out latitude plus position dot coordinates. This is shorthand for coordinates plus latitude plus, then add a break tag. We are longitude plus position dot coordinates dot longitude. So now we've add this show position function. So now let's now make this other function, show error function. So let's move down and add that as well. Show error. So this also will take a parameter of error, and then inside it we can apply our switch statements in order to test for different scenarios. Case error dot permission denied. x.inner.html. If the permission is denied, then let it write out to the screen. User denied the request to geolocation. Then add a break. Then another case, error, if the position is unavailable. Then what should happen when the position is unavailable? Write to the screen. Inner HTML equals to location information is unavailable. That finally, when we have add a break, and let's add one more case of where we have what will I call it? Maybe let's say timeout due to network or whatever. So let's also write to the screen as well that an unknown error, an unknown error occurred, and then add break to this as well. So now you can just go ahead. Let me refresh this. And since we have this in our HTML, then you can use this button to try it out and see what is going to happen. Now look at it. This wants to access your location. If I click on block, you can see user denied the request to geolocation. So I'll go ahead again and retry. If I allow, then nothing is going to pop up. Now click again. You can see because I've already granted permission. And so with that, it was able to fetch my latitude and my longitude. So these examples passes through function into the local engines, the show position. So if things go right for show position and if things go wrong for show error. So if you click this button and immediately it's block on the browser permission prompt, so the code intercept will just neatly print this particular part of our code. That is, user denied the request to geolocation directly on the page. So this is what I'm saying. If I refresh again, I click on try it because I've granted access before. So let me delete so that you can see again. Click try. If I click block, then it writes this directly on the screen. So this is how you can handle errors and rejections with the geolocation API.